Hey, hey, welcome back to Pursuing Me with Sharita, the podcast where we don't just talk about growth, we actually live it. Where healing is loud, transformation is intentional, and your personal development is very personal. I'm your host, your girl, Sharita, and today's episode is one of those messages that hits different. I probably say that all the time, but it hits different. Each one. Very simple words, but life changing when we live them. And that's work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Let that sit for a second. This quote came from the late Jim Rohn, one of my favorite people. A powerful voice in personal development. And every time I hear it, I'm reminded we are our greatest investment. Not our title, not our job, not the role we play at work, at home, or in this world. Just us. The inner work, the quiet growth, the healing, the becoming. I want to start off with the trap of productivity. We live in a culture that praises hustle, that celebrate being busy, that claps for overworking and burnout like it's a badge of honor. I know I used to. I used to think it was freaking good to go grind. But let me ask you this. What's the point of climbing that ladder if you lose yourself on the way up? We spend hours perfecting our resumes, meeting deadlines, pleasing bosses, chasing promotions, and so on. But when's the last time you checked in with yourself? What's your emotional resume looking like? How's your mental health? Your self worth, your boundaries, your joy? Because hear me, you can be great at your job and still feel completely empty inside. That's why the real work, the foundational work, is the work you do on you. And let me ask you this, why this matters? Why does it matter? Your job can pay your bills, but it can't fill your soul. Your job can give you structure, but it won't give you peace. Not real peace, anyway. Not the kind that lasts. And here's the truth, you take you wherever you go. That job will be left there. So even if you land a, um, a dream job, a dream position, or build the business of your dreams, if you're still carrying wounds, still operating out of fear, still unsure of who you are when you're not performing, it's never going to feel like enough. You'll never feel like enough. That's why this works. The personal work, the healing, the inner growth has to be a priority. Not once a year, not when you're burnt out, not when life forces you to slow down, but consistently, intentionally, and daily. Guys, how to start working harder on yourself. So, how do we do that? I know some people ask that question, and I'm here to tell you, at least give you some ways to. I don't know it all. I'm still on my journey as well. How do you work harder on ourselves than we do on our jobs? Let's start simple. Self-awareness. Start noticing your patterns, the way you react under pressure, the thoughts that run through your head when you make mistakes, the stories you tell yourself when you feel rejected or unseen. Awareness is always the first step of transformation. Always. You have to know what you're going forward to. Become aware. Invest in your growth. Read books that make your mind stretch. Go to therapy or coaching if you can. Listen to podcasts like this one that feeds your spirit. Take courses, ask questions, be curious about your healing, about your habits, about your heart, more importantly. I think that was 2 steps that I gave you. Here's 3. Protect your peace. Create boundaries that honors your well-being. Rest without guilt. Say no when your soul says no. Say yes when it aligns with the person you're becoming. Because when you protect your peace, you protect your power. Here's another one. Practice self love like it's your job, because it is. It's the most important one you'll ever have. Guys, I know life is full. I know the job is demanding. The bills are real. Don't we all know that? The expectations are heavy. But I need you to remember, you are not your title. You are not what you produce. You are not how much you do. You are a whole, evolving, worthy human being. Even when you rest, even when you pause, even when you don't have it all together. So let's stop putting all our energy into proving ourselves to the world and start pouring that energy into becoming the most authentic version of who you are. Because when you do that, your lights get brighter, okay? Your purpose get clearer and the world gets better. Because that's our goal. Because if you get better, you can extend it to the next person and the next person and the next person. That's why Pursuing Me with Sharita is in existence. If I could share with one person and that person share with another, mission accomplished. So, guys, that's it for today's episode. If this spoke to you, share with someone who needs it. Leave a comment, leave a message on Instagram if you want, Facebook, YouTube. I love to hear how you're working on you. But remember this, keep leaning in your truth. Keep living out loud. Keep healing out loud. And keep growing from the inside out. Make yourself proud. So until next time, stay blessed and peace.